Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade, and today we're going to be taking a look at a potential fake-out breakout here of this downward channel. So the Russell has been downward channeling pretty much all morning, and you can see that we've bounced off of this level several times. I mean, back and forth all morning. And we kind of ran into this little double bottom here at these lows, and then we pushed back up to new highs. Now, from those highs, we ran into this little area of consolidation here that they kind of broke out of the lows first, but then moved back up to the highs, and now we're breaking out of the highs, and really that's just kind of setting up a really big fake out breakout. That's kind of what we're looking for here. Now, typically when you break out of a channel, especially if it's a downward channel here, and you break out of the upside, typically what's going to happen is you're going to come back down and revisit these lows down here, maybe even a halfway point. And then from there, you might correct back up to the upside, or you may just continue back down like you normally would. But that's kind of what we're looking for here in terms of this. Now, we have two swings that we can look at. We've got this high, and then this minor little double top right here that formed. Now, if we fake out breakout this high, that's probably what's going to happen. This is the overall high. This one would be an all right trade right here, looking for the backward point, but you'd probably be looking at more along the halfway point here as the first target. Now, if we fake out breakout this high, that's going to be a very aggressive fake out breakout, because you can see we actually had a little bit of a gap right there, opened and moved all the way up. If we close all the way back down underneath this high, it's going to be a very aggressive sell-off, which we're actually seeing right now. We actually came back down underneath that level. So I'm going to get my order ready here. And I just want to be prepared for this trade. And now we're back up again. Now, if we close back above this, we'll have to wait for the next high at 1116.8. But with that big block of selling that came in, you can see the sellers definitely mean business on this move here. And oh geez, that happened fast. Okay, so we've got the first target there filled already at 10 ticks. We've got our stop now move to break even, and this is what we were looking for, this big fast smash through. Now, our next target down here should be a little bit higher up here, right about there, just to get those lows back again. Chances are, and actually we just filled it, and we're catching a lot of bearishness here. Let's move this final target down. We're getting a really strong movement here. Now let's take a look at the overall move here. And right there at 1110.6 should be our final target. We'll go a couple ticks ahead of that at 1110.9. A couple ticks ahead of that area there should be the final target there. We're catching this gigantic block of selling coming in, so we're expecting this move to continue down into this 1110.9. We've already locked in the first few contracts there. First one came off at plus 10. It actually moved too fast for me to even change it. So let's take a look at where we've been filled so far. So from our entry to the first target's 10 ticks. The entry to the second target actually got taken out here at 1113.9 for 15 ticks. So far we're sitting on 2 off at 10 for 20 and another 15. Right now we're up 35 ticks already. We've got a stop locked in at break even, so $350 on the trade. If we do get triggered in on this final runner here, hang on a second, got to change my snap mode here. Won't let me draw down there. If we do get filled down here at that final target, 1115.4 all the way down to 1110.9, we're looking at 45 more ticks. So we've got a potentially, just a gigantic trade on our hands here, but we've already got the plus 10 there and the plus 15. Actually, just to make it a little bit easier, we'll just copy paste this one because 2 were off at 10, 1 off at 15, and we'll see what else it wants to give to us. This final one, because we're gunning underneath this channel here, the same thing kind of applies. We've already visited those lows. We're already in a high percentage area where we should be bouncing, and you can see they're having quite a bit of difficulty there. But if we close below this swing low down here, if we close below that 1113.6, it gives us a really big heads up that we should stay in this trade. We're seeing that bearishness come into this market. Now, we still have 3 minutes before that actually happens, but as long as we close below this low here, we should be good to go down to this 1110.9. And if you have a few more bullets in the barrel, we could be looking for an even bigger move with that strength that we're seeing down to the 200%, which is 1107.6. So you could look to lock in a couple targets after that as well. Now, this one actually took me out too fast to be able to adjust my targets there, so we're just looking at that 1110.9. But overall, still a really good trade. So far, we're already up $350, so we're just waiting for this last one to go. Now, this one may take a little while. Looks like it's faltering a little bit. Again, as long as we stay below this 1113.6, we won't have to close early, and we can just let it fall. So we'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see if it wants to give us this final target here at 1110.9. All right, folks, we're back. The Bulls definitely had a fight on their hands for the Bears here. The price actually retraced all the way back up a couple ticks away from where our stop was. Now we're nearing our target down here, but we did close underneath at 1113.6, and that's a big heads up for us. So we just got that target filled here at 1110.9, and that banked us another, lock it in there, 45 ticks. So overall, I mean, just an absolutely gorgeous trade. Nice rejection of those highs, double top. I can't believe that actually closed below that initial low there at 1115.7. I was more looking for that 16.8. And I'm glad we got in it fast, too, because that moved very, very quickly. Now, again, you know, if you've got one more contract or that one final runner target, you could be looking a little bit lower here using this fake out breakout there, looking down to this 1107.6, maybe a couple ticks ahead of it, you know, 1107.9 or so on the way down. For us, we got stopped out. Well, not stopped out. We actually hit our targets, but it moved so fast it filled those first plus 10s a little too quick for us to move it. So overall, on the trade, we had two off at 10 for 20, another one off at 15, and then another off at 45 for a total of 80 ticks on the trade, 800 bucks. So really, really nice trading here on the Russell. So that's going to be the trade for today. If you have any questions about it, feel free to shoot an email to School of Trade, and don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com. Have a good one. Bye.